Hey girl.
Hey babe, are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Hell yeah, you are.
Spit fire when I walk in the room. Just like dynamite, go boom, boom. Sweep up the hate like broom, broom. Sit tight, we go ride like zoom, zoom. Spit fire when I walk in the room. Just like dynamite, go boom, boom. Sweep up the hate like broom, broom. Sit tight, we go ride like zoom, zoom. Work, 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 yeah, we got it like that. Work, 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 yeah, we got it like that. Big vibe, come through, step up or step back. Work, 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 yeah, we got it like that. Ooh, big mood, let me tell you how we do. Catwalk, strut, Riri, attitude, huh? Hustler, making moves on the loose. Buckle up, we sweet like sugar cane juice. Elevate, yeah, we elevate, Swag up while we sippin' lemonade, Skin brown like a cinnamon cake. Yo, roll up the track, DJ, let me say.
Hey sis, I'm gonna send you voice notes because I am too lazy to text. Victoria has been good to me. It's so refreshing out here. It's like a million trees. Definitely not Toronto. It feels like a really small city, but school is good, and I love my teachers, my courses. I've been running, and it helps, but I really miss dance. I've checked out a bunch of the studios. Honestly, it's so hard to find a black dance teacher here, though. There's one dance teacher I know of right now, and I'm taking her classes. They're really good. Sometimes it feels like everybody's staring, and then other times it feels like nobody sees me at all. I don't know any other black dancers, but I know I can't be the only one. You know what? I'm gonna look for them here in Victoria.
Oh my God, it's not easy being a black lady in Canada. I can tell you that, most especially in Victoria, where when black people see each other, they go like, hi, because it's probably been 3 days since they've seen another black person.
So Victoria is very close to Seattle. It's on the west coast. It is close to Vancouver, but it's located on an island just off of both of those places.
I came to Victoria because of school. I came to do my master's degree at Royal Roads University. Yeah, it was fun. It wasn't what I expected though.
When we moved here, we were looking for quote unquote a black community, and that doesn't exist here. Like the communities and like collectives of black folk, it's more existing in these like small pockets and kind of orbiting around each other, but there isn't a centralized space where you can connect.
Like Vancouver is all big and multicultural, but like if you go into like the little towns or like if you go up island, not really the best place for people that look like us.
I often chat with friends and I'm like, yeah, it's time, we gotta get out of Victoria. We gotta like go on a trip or go somewhere, because I feel myself going brown girl crazy. Like I feel that kind of disconnection from the history of my culture that's here. As a black dancer, like when I talk about, you know, the idea of being brown girl crazy, like part of that is once again not seeing yourself validated, and once again not seeing some people that are like you or cultures that align with yours reflected not seeing the way that you shape the world and feeling empowered because you know that you can participate in shaping the world and that you know that your ancestors were a part of this.
Because people that finally learn how to dance either leave the city and go somewhere else to go teach their dance, to go try to join a group in Edmonton.
In Victoria, it is a challenge because so much of Black culture has been absorbed into the mainstream. However, we don't in Victoria have a large Black population. And so what you end up having is generally teachers that are not Black, that are teaching dances that are a part of Black history and Black contemporary contexts. But so the dancers are kind of divorced of the culture altogether, you know? And I think that's why there's discomfort around talking about the history. There's discomfort when a student shows up in class that is Black if the teacher isn't Black, because I hear that story over and over again as well.
Hey sis, it's been a minute. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, what I'm finding out is that Victoria actually has a lot of African and hip-hop dance classes, but they're all taught by white people, so it's definitely a different vibe. I'm actually going up to interview one of the dance teachers right now, so wish me luck. Okay, check in soon. Bye!
I'll give it to you.
So my name's Lynn Weaver. I'm the artistic director of Moondance Dynamic Arts School. I grew up in rural southern Alberta, not a very diverse community, but that is where I was first exposed to West African dance. I was connected to a jazz dance company, and the founders of the company went to West Africa in search of the roots of jazz and came back so excited and brought literally just a cassette recording of the drumming, and we were all listening like, oh, what is that? You know, the really bad sound quality, so we could hardly even hear what it was, but their spark sort of led the journey from there. They brought in a company from the States, and as soon as I felt that in my own body, the movements with the live percussion, was like, I mean, literally changed the direction of my whole life. When we had that first workshop, I had come straight from a ballet class. I was like in bodysuit and tights, hair in a bun. I was like, you want me to do what? You know, in that sort of ballet body. And so it was so transformative to feel a more grounded shape in my body. And again, just with the live percussion, I was hooked. So the first time I went to Guinea, I went with Abubakar and stayed with his sister and brother-in-law. So it was culturally, I would say, as different as you can get from Canada as possible. Our dance school that's been going for 20 years now is Moondance Dynamic Arts School, based around the idea of cultural arts, but specifically dance from Guinea, which is where my heart resides. But the idea of any cultural dances held by community rather than dance for an audience, you know, a division between performer and recipient. Instead, dance that is vernacular, that belongs to everyone. Yeah, I mean, it's open to anyone to participate in, just that, as we say, it's not a very diverse community, so it tends to reflect the nature of the community, right? I think it resonates with a lot of people that we are so respectful of the culture and so mindful of carrying on our lineage of teachers, that it's not in any way cultural appropriation. You know, I teach the dances as I've been taught and with permission from my teachers to be sharing them. We also did a lot of workshops for the African Heritage Society, working with kids that had been adopted out of Africa, and so they had lost a lot of cultural ties and community ties. So, you know, for what it was worth, we tried to plant a seed there and you know, have that spark, have them exposed to some more of African arts.
Hey sis! So the interview actually went really well. She's such a sweet person, like she's so welcoming and generous. Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of complicated, I guess. There's a lot of Black people that I know who don't have access to African culture at all, so it feels kind of weird when I see white people that are so immersed in the culture. But I'm gonna go and talk to Devi about it. He always has good things to say. Alright, talk soon. Bye, sis.
I forget who said this, but it was an amazing quote where, you know, they said basically language and all these different things, it doesn't fully grasp the fact that racism is a visceral experience.
Yes.
That it is a bodily experience.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the reasons that I was so keen to come and talk to you is because you talk about that in ways, and when we left the interview that we did up in Shawnigan Lake with a white dance teacher who teaches West African dance to a primarily white group of people, she was saying everything right and everything was so perfect, yet I had this visceral bodily, like I was just mad.
Yes, yes.
And even when our brains can grasp that maybe something's fine, we have that bodily experience. I'm wondering if you can talk about like where that comes from, because I'm trying to locate why that's happening for me.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things that I've come to sort of understand, and so I teach a course on decolonizing racialized bodies, and really what I'm trying to sort of capture is this idea that colonialism was about colonizing lands and bodies, right? And so it's about taking bodies, erasing bodies, you know, stripping bodies of culture, of languages, and dance is culture, it is language, its spirituality is connected to our dance. So dance, really, if you look at it at its most core, most fundamental level, it is governance.
Freedom, can nobody take my freedom? I know you like when I step in a spot, then I pop like a melanin drop. No, let me know. Freedom, can nobody take my freedom? I know you like it when I step in a spot, then I pop like a melanin drop. No, let me know. No, let me know. I pop like a melanin drop. No, let me know. I said I pop like a melanin drop.
Yeah, that's the thing too about the hip-hop dancing is it really lets you release yourself and, you know, just, yeah.
So sharp.
Exactly.
Like, boom,
yeah.
everyone hit
everyone
that
at
beat.
the same time.
You know that was rehearsed at least 500 times.
Oh, yeah, over and
to
over
reach
and
that
over
precision.
again. Yeah, we would have to,
exactly.
like, we would do it when we're, like, practicing for competitions. As I said, like, we would have to keep on doing the dance over and over and over and over again.
Jump around. Jump around. I like this too.
Jump up and get down.
Yeah.
Take my phone, you don't me.
I like this type of dance.
the facial expressions. Like she's really good at you know, dramatizing things.
Right. I just love the movements, like just like the style of movements and everything. I feel like that was why it was so easy. Hey.
Get a little bit of a solo.
Yeah,
I first started dancing when I was about 12 years old, grade 7 in Campbell River. We moved to Victoria and we found a studio that would be suitable for the genre that I'm interested in, hip-hop. And that experience was pretty interesting and dynamic because when I first came in, I was about 14 and just kind of not comfortable in my own skin yet. Growing up, reflecting on my experiences, I feel as if I had to kind of change the way I talked or the way I moved around spaces in order to break in a little bit easier. Did things that kind of downplayed my blackness in a way. You know, I really wanted to fit in with my friends. I really wanted to be liked. I asked my mom for so long, can I get my hair relaxed? Can I get my hair relaxer, the chemical and stuff? And for a long time, my mom said, no, it's gonna damage your hair. You have such nice hair. No, it's gonna damage your hair. I finally did, but reflecting back, I think part of the main reason why I wanted my hair to be relaxed is to break into those groups, you know, so I could fit into the white European standards in these groups. And it was also just weird too, looking back, I was obviously young, so I didn't have any kind of my awareness of me as a black person obviously came with age. And just how people wore blackness as a costume over there, but it was weird, they would have this whole persona of being all hood and gritty and hip hop, but then they'd leave and be, you know, a typical white Victoria Caucasian person looking a little bit on the preppy side.
When it comes to dance, I think I dance quite well.
So I see where Jasmine gets it from then.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
In these spaces, our black bodies are desired for their labor, and our culture is only acceptable when whiteness can consume it, right? And so when we're here and we're trying to find ways to affirm who we are, when I think of cultural appropriation, it's the ability to go and take other people's culture and use it for your own ends, right? And so I think of that, for example, I think of white people and the ability to go and take black culture and black dance. They don't have to live that experience. That culture is a bracketed experience. They get to say, hey, I want to do black dance. Right? And they get to wear the paraphernalia. They get to perform blackness on stage as loud and as furious as they want. But then when it's done, they get to brush it off. They get to take it off. They get to leave it on stage. Right? And then they walk away with no, do you know what I mean? There is no fiduciary, and even if there was, it's the ability to leave it, right? I don't get to leave it.
Hey sis. Wow, it's been quite the journey. I went to go and see Devi, and I saw his daughter dance. She's so good. I also got to interview Terry and Kemi and Jasmine. Truthfully, this process of coming together to listen to their stories has just been powerful. And I know there isn't a huge number of us here, but we're up to some big things. And I think the city just needs to step aside and make some room. Because we're here.
You ready to enter this shot?
Okay, so how do I start?
How you feel about this party?
Oh.
Out of 10?
Yeah. Okay, this party, well, you know, you guys, more people could have turned up. Like, let's be frank. Yeah.
I feel like there's hella people in there.
There is like quite a lot of people.
No, there is
it could have
quite a
been like
lot.
more packed though. Like I feel like that's always the thing in Victoria. Like people in Victoria are so ready to go to bed. You know, like
That's true. But I feel like there's hella black people here though.
Yeah, there.
That's nice. Do you know most of
hospitality
them?
of the party is a 10.
Okay.
The what of it?
The hospitality of the party, how friendly the party is.
Yep.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
Come on, give them that. They're like, they got a kitchen in there.
Oh, come on.
They're all, it's
You should
epic.
give
There's
them a
art.
5-star review
It's
on
beautiful
Yelp.
in there.
This is a black people
Yelp
party
them.
for you.
Nah.
We cook.
Compliments.
I thought he was a Yelper.
Thank you. Oh. Well.
Anywho, moving right along.
You
It's
would
bigger.
think a lot more people would show up.
It's
Yeah,
true.
but I feel like the communities here are like so stratified is the problem. Like there's the black people that go to UVic.
Yeah.
And then there's the
Nigerian
black people who have
church.
families. There's the black people that hang out
That's how I
at
met
the
you.
there's definitely like different like social groups of black people, and like we're bad at meshing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's hard.
I think
it's
that
hard.
is
People
actually-
stick in their circles.
That's true. DDA's like, yup. DDA's like, it's true.
Why isn't all the different black community groups paying one person to call everybody?
Okay, but I think that's like a moot point because
That's not a moot point.
No, it is a moot point. Like paying somebody to call people. But I think what I'm trying to say is like we don't need to be asking the community for money. Like the government needs to be funding the community building.
This man has the best and craziest ideas.
Because I know your fingers must be like biting you right now.
It's a little bit cold,
like,
yeah.
Fingers?
Yeah. Fingers? Yeah.
Do I have those still?
It's all good. Like I think I'm good. If you're like a